What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Well. Two fights that people said would not happen, especially in the near future. Floyd Mayweather versus Saul Canelo Alvarez being the first one. It's happening. Nickname the one. Two undefeated fighters. Need I say more? Great fight. Now, on the undercard, they just added Danny Garcia versus Lucas Matisse. I don't know if someone wants to pinch me because I might be dreaming, but boxing has been amazing. These are great fights that we're getting. These are once in a lifetime type of fights and matchups. Well, not even once in a lifetime, just I guess you could say career defining fights for everybody invited or in the fight. Floyd Mayweather, he's 36. We've seen what he can do against a young, strong champion who's bigger than him, who's also undefeated and has momentum and has a whole country behind him. How is he going to look? I mean, that's very intriguing to me. People are constantly wondering, will age ever catch up to Floyd Mayweather, or is he just that skilled? Canelo, he's saying he's the best. He's been saying it for a while that he's the best at 154. And now we're really going to see who's who. That's why it's called the one. And now Danny Garcia versus Lucas Matisse. This is almost a tall tale of folklore, a fight that many thought wouldn't happen. Now we've had tons of fights that were supposed to happen when we wanted to see them. Fights like Nonito Donaire versus Guillermo Rigondeaux. It took years before that fight happened. Sergio Martinez versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. took years before that fight happened. It didn't happen when the fans wanted it, and now we're actually getting these fights pretty much when we want them or when it actually makes sense at the peak. These are like peak pinnacle meetings. Floyd Mayweather off an impressive shutout victory against Robert Guerrero. He looked good against Miguel Cotto before that. Canelo just had a career changing win over Austin Trout. Um, we have Lucas Matisse, who did the unthinkable and stopped Lamont Peterson early, like within the third round. I mean, even if you thought he was going to stop him, I don't know many people that predicted that Lamont Peterson would get TKO'd in the third round, maybe the fifth round, seventh round, or something like that. But he did it early. Lucas Matisse has been nicknamed the Machine, and he seems like he's on the warpath. Danny Garcia had a tough test with Zab Judah. He looked great early to mid rounds, and he battled adversity in the late rounds. He was definitely shook up in the last couple of rounds. Zab Judah gave him all he could handle, but it looked like a prime Zab. Zab had his Brooklyn natives behind him, and I think that really pushed him and brought the best version of Zab out. And now we're getting this on the undercard. I'm really ecstatic. I'm thrilled that they made this fight. The fight is so big, Lucas Matisse versus Danny Garcia, not only because the fans wanted it, um, just because of the main event on the same card. This is just action packed. This definitely has the potential to at least be in the same breath as the Oscar De La Hoya Floyd Mayweather fight. As you guys know, that holds the record for highest grossing pay per view event of all time. I've said this before. I don't really remember, and I actually bought the pay per view. That's how long I've been vested in the boxing, been watching it even before that. But I was actually at my place. I ordered that particular fight, Floyd Mayweather versus Oscar De La Hoya. I remember paying for it and seeing the monthly bill and the monthly charge on my bill. Some of you guys are kind of new to the sport of boxing and don't know shit. Aside from that, I've been in the sport for a minute, but I really don't remember what the undercard fights were like at that particular time. This is looking to be an incredible undercard, as well as the main event is one that we all want to see. So it definitely could be in the same breath, and it definitely might surpass the Oscar De La Hoya versus Floyd Mayweather. You also have to remember De La Hoya versus Mayweather. De La Hoya was the previous cash cow. Is a fight we wanted to see. Floyd Mayweather was stepping up for the first time in his career to fight at 154. But at the time, there weren't as many social networks and media available. There wasn't like Instagram, and if they had Twitter or Facebook, which I don't remember, I don't think they were as heavily used. Now companies invest in making a Twitter page or an Instagram page. They also have Instagram video. It's just a whole different technological world. So with that being said, there's more ways to market fights, to promote fights. Danny Garcia, he has an Instagram. Sometimes you can catch him training. I seen a video of him today. He was jump roping. He said, "I'm doing this for the fans." Gabe Rosado. Yeah, people like David Hayes signing his contract to face Tyson Fury on the Instagram video. I mean, it's a whole different ball game. So if they play their cards right and market this fight in the right way and build enough interest, which is, you really don't, in my opinion, you don't have to build shit. If you know anything about boxing, you want to see these fights. But if they market it the same way, the right way, if the pay-per-view price point is not ridiculous, like $100, something everyone can afford, I mean, this definitely can do some severe numbers and possibly beat the Oscar De La Hoya versus Mayweather fight. You got to keep in mind, people watch Mayweather for multiple reasons. Some want to see him lose, and others like him and fans. Canelo just sold out the Alamo Dome in Texas, 40,000 people. So I mean, he can bring a crowd. Lucas Matisse is almost a cult classic. He's a knockout machine, so he's almost like an urban legend. He's definitely popular amongst the casual boxing fan. Danny Garcia has fought at the Barclays, and he's gaining notoriety and a fan base for his recent performances, defeating Amir Khan and Eric Morales and Zab Judas. So, I mean, this is action packed. I don't know one boxing fan that says I'm not getting this pay per view, and myself included. When they announced Pacquiao versus Marquez 4, keep in mind I had purchased all three Pacquiao versus Marquez fights. I did not want to see. I did not want to pay for it. Not that I didn't want to see it. I was just like, again, Marquez is going to get robbed again, and I didn't want to pay for it. And I didn't pay for it. I actually streamed that. Normally, if it's a big fight, I support the sport, and I'll actually pay for it. But with Marquez Pacquiao 4, I streamed that one because I was like, man, who wants to see Marquez get robbed again or another crazy decision and controversy? You know what? I'll just stream it. Little did I know it actually turned out to be a epic battle, and Marquez did the unthinkable. So I'm glad at least I watched it live. But unfortunately, I didn't get it live just based on the matchup and based on the fact that they fought three times, and I felt Marquez had been robbed in some of those situations. But I don't really know, and I remember other people in my same boat who were saying they weren't going to get the Marquez Pacquiao 4. They were going to stream it or watch it when it reruns on HBO. But I have not heard one diehard boxing fan who says I'm not getting Mayweather Canelo, especially with the addition of Lucas Matisse versus Danny Garcia. I know people that said I refuse to get Floyd Mayweather versus Robert Guerrero because they thought he had no chance. This is a different ball game. So I'm just really happy. I'm proud to report this sport, to be a part of it, to have you guys. I think this is epic. This is history in the making. Danny Garcia, Lucas Matisse added to the Mayweather Canelo fight. It's like, can it get even better? If they put Austin Trout versus Erislandy Lara, I mean, on the same undercard, this is going to be crazy. They're really pushing to do astronomical numbers. So let me know what you guys think of this edition, Lucas Matisse versus Danny Garcia. It's too early for a prediction, and this is really a 50-50 fight. I'll explain more later. Let me know what you guys think of this fight being added. Do you want to see this more than the main event? Let me know something. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next videos, Ego signing off.